They say the richest place on earth is not the gold mine, it's not the oil fields, it's not the Silicon Valley, it's the graveyard. There are businesses that were never started, books that were never written, messages never spoken, obedience never acted on. And so, my message this morning is hope in a coffin. Don't let fear be your undertaker. Resurrect what you've been avoiding. What dream have you quietly placed in a coffin? Not because God said no, but because it became uncomfortable. Proverbs 13:12 says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. Deferred doesn't mean denied. Delayed doesn't mean dead. But delay makes comfort feel wise. And sometimes delay sounds responsible, but sometimes delay is just wearing a suit. Habakkuk 2:2 says, then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that they that run who read it. And so, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. I'm going to say that part again. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end, it will speak and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold the proud. His soul is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. And so write the vision, wait for it, walk it. The just shall live by faith, not talk faith, not plan faith, live by faith. Most dreams don't die because of opposition. They die because of inactivity. I'm going to say that again. Most dreams don't die because of opposition. They die because of inactivity. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us the spirit of fear. He's not given us the spirit of fear and timidity, but power, love, and self-discipline. Fear was never assigned authority over our legacy, was never assigned authority over your legacy. And here's what I've learned. Fear attacks sight. I'm going to say that again. Fear attacks sight. Faith sustains vision. Sight is external. Vision is internal. Fear clouds what we see. Faith protects what we carry. And so about 5 months ago, I had 4 eye surgeries in less than 3 months. And on Thursday, just passed, I had another eye surgery. I had a detached retina. That would have been the very reason for me to say, I can't, I won't. It would have been very reasonable for me to postpone vision, to say, after this, I will. But instead of delaying what I knew I was called and built to do, I built. I built. I structured it. I built what's called faith in motion. I developed an ecosystem by the grace of God. And in this season that could have justified my inactivity, I accomplished more in the last 6 months than I've done in more than a year plus. I'm not sharing that to impress you. I'm sharing it because delay always feels justified. Always feels justified. I may have limited sight temporarily, but I'm not without vision. I want to say that again. I may be limited in sight, again, temporarily, but I'm not without vision. Sometimes physical limitations shapens spiritual clarity. It shapens spiritual clarity. I didn't need perfect vision to do what God called me to do. I needed obedience. And so, with that, James 2:17 says, faith without works is dead. We pray, we rebuke fear in our prayers, but we obey it in behavior. We rebuke fear in our prayers, but we obey it in our behavior. And so, why do you seek the living among the dead? Stop looking for living dreams in dead habits, under dead things that you have now cast away. They will still bear fruit in old age. Don't let age become your undertaker. I don't care how old you are. There is still time. Each day that we wake up, there is still breath. Then we have another chance to get it right. We have another opportunity to obey. If you're breathing, heaven is still investing. Someone is praying for what you are postponing. And they are currently at a deficit because you have delayed. I have 3 questions for you. I want you just to take a moment and pause. What have I been talking about but not launching? The next question, what story am I using to justify delay? Who loses if I don't move? Who loses if you don't move? Who's waiting on the other side of the sound of your voice? They may not know you personally, but they know the sound that you make that hits their belly based on what they're going through, based on the breakthrough that they need. And if it keeps reoccurring, that means it's unfinished. And guess what? It's unfinished obedience. If it keeps surfacing, if you keep thinking about it, that's unfinished obedience. And so I am here today and I am decreeing a mandate. You have 72 hours. 72 hours. You don't need a year. You need 72 hours. That's right. 72 hours to launch, to commit, to remove the lid. 72 hours. If you want a simple 72-hour launch sheet, I've created a 70 post. I remove the lid. My launch step is, and fill in the blank.